We're live.
We are live.
All three of us are alive.
I'm just so happy to have other humans backstage with me because like 4 minutes ago I was completely alone and I was like, well, great. 4 hosts and none of them are here.
I was busy checking with the locals if I could park in their lot next to their house.
And
they said you should be fine. So
like
they said it like that, like fine.
Fine. Yep.
Wow, that the upstate New Yorker's got a southern drawl.
Yep.
That should be fine. And
probably a gun, which is why I asked.
Yeah.
So I was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I am in the middle of nowhere. I'll tell you that.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
No, I'm gonna disagree. I'm going to respectfully disagree. That is a good thing on this in this instance.
Well, we're glad that you're here because as Tabby pointed out earlier, we titled this episode Brian is Back. And so it was a little questionable there for a minute.
It was very questionable, yes. I was on a highway which did not have any rest areas left. And I was just waiting.
Way to hell.
Yep. I actually get the Sister Golden hair playing in the background with the guy with the belt sander, so it's a nice combination. That
is a nice combo.
Yeah.
The good news is your microphone is not that good.
That's the good news?
Yeah, the good news is your microphone leaves something to be desired.
Oh, well, I can try. Things. Well, we saw what happened when I plugged in the headphones, so.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
I can just yell. I've been yelling because of the Bluetooth in this RV. I'll just yell into the computer like I've been yelling with all my phone conversations.
I think you're pretty good. Balance, at least. And we already sound checked his keyboard and banjo.
Yep, we did that.
Said that yet? Should I have not revealed the banjo?
Oh
no, that's fine. I've got it strapped on, so people are going to find out soon enough.
It won't be secret for long.
No.
So people are asking. I am on the border of New York and Pennsylvania at the moment, right off of Route 90. Russ, I drove by Buffalo, which is where Russ and Jessica are from originally, I believe.
Yeah, and then Dad is not here either. I see that somebody was welcoming Brian and also saying hello to John, Juwan, JT, and Amanda, and John is not here, which is why again I was very lonely there for a moment. He and Luke just drove back from Atlanta, Georgia. They left at 7 a.m. yesterday, drove like 9 hours or something like that, did a show last night, and then drove back home today and literally skated in, like the back door banged open and then, banged closed after it was open, I guess. Like 6 minutes before we went live. So,
yep.
Yeah. And then JT was just on the road. Brian is still on the road. Dad is dropping off his rental car and then going home to join us. So it's crazy.
Where is John?
Good question. He is at camp, he said. He just texted us and said, I'll be late. Quote, I have to be on stage at camp for a sec. So he's on stage somewhere for a sec, and then he'll join us. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the theme song, and we'll get on without them.
I should play the banjo with the theme song this week.
Well, that would be great.
Glad to be back. The delay is a little interesting.
It's called polyrhythms.
Freeform jazz.
Exactly. Freeform jazz odyssey.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
And that safe
gonna talk some smack. Cutting it down like a lumberjack. Come take a ride in my Cadillac. Kicking it live on the radio. Everybody got a right to know. This ain't my first rodeo.
JT, when you play it without the music,
Yeah.
it's like it works really nicely.
Yeah.
When you play it with the delay, it makes it sound like I'm trying to play the banjo. This does not work. Just plucking random strings.
Just the question, it's okay.
We have to do a bluegrass version of the theme
Kicking
song.
alive, so be our guest. Everybody gonna be so blessed. Hoping you cats gonna be impressed. Ain't no time to be depressed. Are you ready for the best?
He's back. He's back. Yay,
everybody.
Hey,
Hi, Brian.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to SCQS, Starving Comics Quarantine Show. I am not your host. I am Brian. I am not John Branyan. Joining us this week is the one, the only, Amanda, a.k.a. Peaches. And, of course, we have JT Oaks joining us as well, live from Tennessee. I am currently on the road in the midst of a wonderful, and I mean wonderful, camping trip. And it's not even really a camping trip. It's just a trip cross country and back. And it has been so much fun. And I can't wait to tell you guys all about it later. But before we do that, John is on his way, as you said, right, Amanda?
Mhm.
And Joanne is hopefully on his way.
Also on his way. And that's what I was going to tell Rachel, who's already complaining about the spot.
We're reserving the spot because
We are
I will be in the correct spot.
Skeleton crew here, Rachel. We have to just give us a minute so we get our people in here. Once the people are here, I'll put them in the right order.
That's right. So we are we just gonna kind of roll with the show until they come in, or are we just
We can go with it. I do happen to have my slideshow pulled up. I also happen to know
Yay.
it's the exact same slide from last week. I don't think that Dad sent you guys the link. Did he send you these links to get in today?
Yes.
Video. Okay, so he did that.
Yes,
But
he
he
did.
didn't put in any of the lyrics for JT's songs today. I took care of that. Praise me.
Way to go.
They did put in a new "How Big Is the Show" slide this week, and so
Oh, we could improvise that.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah? How
We
we
can
do-
improvise that. I think this is going to be a really big show tonight.
Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, if the others aren't here, how big would the show be, do you
Well,
think?
if a normal show is the size of a woolly mammoth,
Woolly mammoth.
then tonight's show will be like this.
Whoa! Wait.
Wow.
Bam.
That's something.
Pretty big, right? That's pretty huge.
I cannot.
That is something. So
Yeah.
We just had somebody else pop in backstage.
Yay.
oh,
Hello.
Hey.
I think we were all doing camping things.
yes, we are camping. Yep.
Wow.
Can you hear the belt sander now?
Wow.
No?
I hear
Okay.
the what?
The belt sander going on in the outside
No.
next door. Okay, good. I
Oh,
sure.
that's-
sure can.
That's the weird thing in podcasts. People are like, "Oh, I'm sorry about the police going by," and you're like, "I didn't."
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
Okay, I saw the big banjo. That's where I came in. So proceed.
I just got a text from my husband that says my sound is crappy. Is that true? Do we concur?
Not to me.
No, no, for
Sounds
me,
good
sounds
here.
good.
Is this so? The new theme of the show is we're imagining all the sounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody have a soon though. You'll hear JT's cuckoo clock go off. That you won't be imagining that, but
Yep.
oh, what's the right spots? I
Is it
never
right?
remember what
I
spots
think
were.
it's like that. If I stand in for Dad, if I'm in
Yeah.
Dad's spot,
Why is John late?
because he and Luke just got back from Atlanta, which was like
Oh, that's
Ooh.
your
right.
neighborhood.
Ugh.
You're not there, right?
I was supposed to. Yeah, he goes, "You want to do a show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, when is it?" And he goes, June 24th. And yeah. It's youth camp, stupid ministry stuff.
There, see?
Yeah.
Stupid kids.
Sounds good. Very good.
Where are they? Are they still in Atlanta?
No, they actually just rolled in, which is why my husband just popped in and was like, "Your sound doesn't sound very good." But it was literally like JT showed up. He was the first one, and that was like with 8 minutes to go before we were supposed to go live. and then right after that was Brian, and then the back door. I heard the back door open and close, and Luke came in, and then Dad sent us a polo just now or a few minutes ago and said that he's dropping off his rental car, and then he's going home, and then he'll be
Okay.
So we just
Here's
got
the other weird thing. We're about to start the leader meeting. So I just wanted to check in, but I'm going to try to get back on before the show's over. If I wasn't needed, if I wasn't so desperately needed by this church ministry, I could skip out. But
Brian's supposed to be top right, but Juwan's about to pop out again, Rachel. So
yeah, so now I'm just gonna be in the lower middle anyway.
I don't know why that's the case, because JT was normally the first one in the studio, so I would think it would put him up there. I don't know why he would be down there, but I don't know. Whatever.
And I have a camp song that I wrote too, so we can do that next week if you want to do that.
Okay.
I always have a camp song, but at least for the first. What's that? No, that's the only one. Yeah, the one I sang a short one today. It's drink your water, drink until your pee doesn't stink. It was about hydration. You gotta hydrate. You gotta hydrate.
Stink. It's a great rhyme.
So that was really quick. Yeah. Anyway, the actual song, way better. Lots more words. And singable even.
Very good. Well, we just got through showing everyone how big the show is going to be, and now we
I saw a huge band.
That's all that comes next. Just make it
Song
happen.
about drinking water and peeing. So
Ready,
there
guys?
you go.
Oh, is it your turn, JT? Are you ready to do the?
Are we going to
You doing
say
your song
hi
now?
to our clickers?
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah.
probably should say hi to our clickers.
We should
I
probably
think
say
that's,
hi.
I think that's priority.
Yeah, let's do that. Clickers are great. They're super amazingly great. Athletic and fun and super smart. Their beautiful faces a work of art. Clickers are great. They're more than sufficiently great. Without them, we'd be destitute and drifting into the abyss. Lovely clickers, we blow you a kiss. If you're from the town of Kirksville, Mo, they may call you a cricker. And if you're in our club, we like to fondly call you Clicker.
Yes.
And our clickers for today are, no particular order, Jamie, Hunter, and
You know,
We
if
wanna
Dean
say-
changed his last name to Tricker, it would rhyme with Clicker.
That's true.
It's true.
I owe my dad an apology, even though he's not here, because I didn't think he had actually put a clicker in there, and he did. 2 of them.
Here we go. And
here's the
if you would
thing.
like to be a clicker, what you can do is become a Comedy Click member at johnbranion.com. Go down to johnbranion.com, subscribe. You get access to all the podcasts, all the extra stuff, donation duck. You get all that sort of stuff. You get the Telegram group chat, all sorts of really cool things. Game nights when they do game nights. And it helps support the show, which we always do appreciate it. So check it out. And it also allows you to join us in our Afrit party, which is the post show of this, where we just kind of wing it and have a good old time, unlike most nights when we're absolutely totally scripted and doing that. So be sure to check that out. The Afrit party is on the link is on the members homepage. So check that out.
Yeah, we're
At
normally
John-
way more polished than this. Like, you know,
Yes.
a well-oiled machine.
Oh yeah. Yep. All the cues
Absolutely.
are right on time.
Absolutely.
My thing
So,
is,
John, I thought you were
never
leaving.
get to discuss. Not yet. I'm staying here until
Okay.
the leader meeting kicks in. But what you might hear is
I
now.
don't know what is happening in that room,
I
but
did mention it's a youth camp, right? Here's what I'm trying to get to, you guys. JT will throw something in. 1 week it was something about the governor was there a governor of Indiana or something?
Yeah,
1 week?
named Schricker in
Yeah, we never-
1947.
And it's like
Schricker.
because we're talking about the website and signing up and stuff, we just kind of gloss over. What was the fact? You said something. It was
If you're from the town of Kirksville, Missouri, they may call you a cricker. That's a slang for somebody who's from that
Yeah.
town in Kirksville.
So we never. That's the thing.
Cricker.
That's what frustrates me because every week I want to ask a question about what JT talked about, but we're like, if you want to be a clicker, John, I'm like, no, I want to know about the governor in the 1800s. That's just my curiosity. I guess.
Where is that town in Missouri in relation to a town we might know? Do you know?
I have no idea. I didn't do the
Close to
geographic
anything?
search.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
So I'm not
We're
sure.
going on with Juwan's thing. We want to,
It's in a
explore the
cave.
origins.
It's called the Merrimack Caves, and there's actually a town in the caves called Cricker. Right?
There probably is.
Yeah.
It's interesting if you want to search it yourself. It's a little bit vulgar on the site because they call some people
The town
they
website.
they call some people crickers, but they call people who live close to the creek blank crickers, and it's not
Darn.
poop. It's not poop.
Gotcha.
So you can be a cricker or you can be a poop cricker. It depends on your proximity to the creek in that town.
This
I
is
think
the
it's
conversation I
derogatory. I
want
think
to
the
have.
second one is derogatory. I think the first one is kind of endearing.
You may
Even
be
though
right.
it's an epithet, it's endearing because everybody they're like, heck yeah, I'm a cricker, but I'm not one of them poop crickers that lives down next to the river.
Jan says it's up north. Opposite.
Oh, okay, cool.
Opposite of
Opposite of
Branson. Is it the opposite
But
of Branson?
It might be one of those things that
Yeah.
if you go there and you call somebody a cricker, they might look at you and say, "Where are you from?" And then they're like, "You can't call us crickers. We can call each other
Oh,
crickers,
you
but you
can't say
can't
that word.
call us that
It's
Yeah.
because
offensive.
you're not from here." So
So apparently the effort party link on the members homepage is currently the old and outdated one. So
no.
if there's somebody who's waiting backstage who just got here after dropping off his rental car, if there's somebody like that who is waiting backstage before he comes out, we might just ask him to put the new link up real quick.
Look
And
at the private chat.
we'll go on. Well, I just realized I sent a private message in the private chat. All the hosts can see this private chat that's separate from the YouTube chat that everybody else is chatting in. But I actually use Dad's account when I'm streaming. So we're both logged in as the same person. So it just occurred to me, I sent him a message thinking like, here, go take care of that link. But I don't know that he'll see it because as far as the computer is concerned, he sent that message to himself. And so I don't know if
Right.
he gets a notification when I send a message to everybody else. He probably
I think
doesn't.
it still shows up.
Well, but would it show him like a little? I think he'd still see it if he was on that tab, but would it give him one of those little like,
Oh, gotcha.
notifications?
Well, let me try.
Self said to self.
I'll see. Yeah, I see that Brian sent me something. What
Yeah,
I'm saying,
no.
I'm logged
Yeah,
in with the.
I don't see
same-
it. Yeah, I don't see that there's anything there because you're on the screen when you send it, so it can't be.
Right.
You can't not see something you sent, and there's
Okay, so he's back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
there's a
back
guy.
late, but better late than never, Mr. John Brady.
What's up, poop crickers?
Crap Creek. I'm up the Crap Creek without a paddle.
And they are four once more. Four
Here we
hosts.
are.
For a
It
little
only
bit.
15, 20 minutes. That's all.
Wow. What a
Somebody just
what-
walked by with a case of beer, just peering into the windows. So that's kind of-
Maybe they're looking at somebody to share it with, Brian.
exactly.
what you got, man?
What you
Open
doing
the
in
door.
there? You on a Michelob?
Bud Light. It's classic.
Oh, well, yeah. Are you at a rest stop? That makes more sense.
No, I'm in some like four corners of this little
Arby's.
town. And, yeah, no, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish it was an Arby's. It's just some like.
I wish
market
it was an
across the
Arby's.
street.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
There's a sign outside that says Crap Creek.
that's right.
Did you guys already do the clickers?
Welcome back, John.
Yes.
We did.
We did the
Okay.
Yes.
Cliquers. We discovered that the show was as big as like roughly a banjo put really close to the webcam.
Yeah, huge banjo really close up.
And
Yep.
that's all we've done other than ask for the effort link to
You can say something to the clickers if you want to and do your part. If you want to say it over again to get like double
I
the.
do.
Oh,
I do. I feel like I want to do something.
Here.
and
Jamie Ponder. Dean Tricky.
yay!
Yeah. Okay. I was afraid that I wasn't going to contribute anything this week.
That was great.
I feel better. I'm back. I wanted to get. I have a tale to tell about our show yesterday, but I wanted to find out why Brian is traveling around the United States in a motorhome. Did he already tell us that?
Nope.
I did not. I am traveling because I had to go to Connecticut to drop off some stuff and bring Bonsai to Connecticut. And Bonsai is not able to fly. One, because he was illegal in California and they would probably frown upon that. And two, the noise would have bothered him too much. And the change in temperature while being in the air would not be good for him. So I had to.
Don't know Bonsai. He is.
No Bonsai. We took a bro trip together, and he is now.
But for those who don't know who Bonsai
Oh,
is,
sorry, Bonsai is was my hedgehog. So he is now going to be staying in Connecticut for a bit. So
okay.
Bonsai is in Connecticut. Well, that's going to be quite an adjustment to go from
yes,
California to Connecticut. That is.
well, summer vacation. That's where all the hedgehogs go. It's kind of like Miami Beach, but
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Connecticut is
I
Yeah,
like your
Connecticut.
thinking. I like your thought that if you took him to an airport in California, they might realize that he's not supposed to be there. I think that was some good foresight.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes, bonsai is illegal in California because of if he were to escape and get out into the wild, he could affect the ecosystem, apparently, which
That sounds like a movie plot waiting to happen.
That sounds
Yes.
like a
One
that sounds
rogue
like a-
hedgehog
Actually, I
entirely
wanna
changes the
I want to
ecosystem.
see the guy and the hedgehog buddy movie Road Trip. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, there you go.
it's coming. It's definitely it's in the works. The script is being written.
I think we've got a song at least for next week, don't we? Rogue
It's
Rogue
it's going to be a
hedgehog.
cop show.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Roadhog.
Rogue hedgehog
Roadhog,
messing
right.
up the ecosystem.
Call it Roadhog,
Yeah.
but instead of a motorcycle.
That is brilliant.
Rogue hog.
Rogue hog.
Yeah, we're doing a movie. It's a buddy cop movie. So one man plays it by the book. The other is a hedgehog. There's all over my butt for that last stunt you pulled. You do that again, it's going to be a badge.
What are you doing here in California anyway? You're not supposed to be here.
Oh my gosh, this writes itself.
It's an
Here's
animated.
your first lyric. Living on the edge, me and
Just
my
me
head.
and my hedge.
I'm taking
Yep.
notes.
Hedge on the edge. All right, that's our
Living
show.
on the hedge. So I am,
okay.
on my way back home.
All right, and you did not go through Indiana.
Not yet. No, I don't think
Not
I will
yet.
be. I'm going to be 70 is all messed up going into Indianapolis. You need to talk to your people out there. They have shut down the freeway going in and out of the city, out of Indianapolis,
What do you
which
think?
was fun to find out on the way out there.
Hmm.
I live in a town, Brian, where I can get in my vehicle and go to the post office. I come back 15 minutes later, and there's a hole where the road used to be in front of my house.
Guys, literally, I was doing a polo the other day to the Starving Comics group, a video chat, and I'm talking to it, and I'm saying to JT, I really like the song. I think it's gonna be funny. And then I was like, what the? That road is closed. And I just drove through here like 2 hours ago. I wasn't exaggerating. I had just gone down that road. It didn't say like, oh, notice there's going to be a road closing here in the next few minutes. It was totally normal. And then I drove by there again just a little while later, and it was completely boarded up and had been ripped up, the whole strip.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So what we're saying, Brian, is if we were to completely rearrange our plans based on road closures, we wouldn't be able to go to the store. We wouldn't be able to find water and shelter. We'd be dead. So
Well, I will say we talked about this the last time I went on the road trip. I am going to knock it off the bucket list. I am going through Nebraska.
Awesome.
this time,
Yeah, it is time.
okay.
I figured this trip has been miserable enough. what better way to just bring it to the next level by going through
Right. So
800 miles of wheat?
Oh, you're not going to see wheat. It's just flat. It's like driving across a pool table.
Okay.
But if there's any clickers in the Nebraska area that want to shout out to Brian, you can let them know. Let them know, and then you can honk the horn or however you honk the horn in that thing.
Wait, Indiana orange barrel season?
Oh yeah, the orange
Oh
barrels.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
You
drove-
know,
Barrels of oranges.
orange. Oh my goodness. You don't
Oh, I know what you're saying now. The traffic. Yeah, the truck.
barrels of oranges. Citrus season in Indiana.
That's right.
It's duck season. It's wabbit season.
Orange season.
So you guys have already done. You
We
guys
are
have already
taking
done
you,
substantial work.
We do have a song.
If you are home, I'm going to go backstage and let you do your thing.
Okay. Well, JT has a song. That's why he has his banjo out. So I'm going to let him
I do.
do it.
Well, I told a couple stories last week in the Afric party, wasn't it? About members of my family who had done extreme things.
Mhm.
And
The way you said it was so funny. Well,
Oh,
you just threw it out like, oh yeah, my aunt did this.
Yep.
And we were all like, what? And you go, yeah, she did that. And then you just casually said it like it was something that everybody's aunt does at some time or another.
Well, it's true. And so we decided, man, this would be a great show to have a family that's just tough as nails. And then we thought, well, what if their last name was Nails? And so that's where the song idea came from. And so there are members of my family in this song. There are some fictionalized characters as well, but there are some actual true stories in this song. So this will be
I'm
called
back.
Nails.
Left. Yes, go on.
Here we go. Okay.
Tough as nails.
Sorry. I need to get the kickoff. Here we go. My daddy was a carpenter. They called him Charlie Nails. And if the hammer broke, he'd pound him with his fist. He built this house to raise us kids and keep my mama safe. The only man my mama ever kissed. My mama was a drinker till she met Charlie Nails, and he helped her pour that rot gut down the drain. They married in a thunderstorm and honeymooned in Vegas. She called him Chuck and he called her Sugar Cane. You might have heard some rumors, you might have told some tales, but there ain't no family in the holler tough as a nail. My uncle was a miner and he shoveled Harlan coal. He dug a shaft 2,000 meters in. My grandma built a battleship and she drove them rivets deep. And she wore a dress she made from a gator skin. You might have heard some rumors, you might have told some tales, but there ain't no family in the holler tough as a nail. My grandpa killed 12 Nazis with an army issue spoon, and he brought a Mauser rifle back for me. My aunt took to the forest, nursed a bear cub, killed a deer. With her two bare hands, she bashed it against a tree. You might have heard some rumors, you might have told some tales, but there ain't no family in the holler tough as nails. You might have heard some rumors, you might have told some tales, but there ain't no family in the holler tough as nails.
Yes, that is so good. Yeah, the game now
Really
is
good.
just which of those are actually true family members from JT's.
Yeah, that'd be a fun game.
Uh-huh. So good. And that definitely has some potential to be a little running, animation.
That was
could
my
be a-
favorite too, Jessica.
They could show up. The Nails family could show up on Chubby Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of potential. I love it. Love it very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we played a game a little while back, not that long ago actually, sound charades, and Juan DeVivo requested that we play it again, and now he's not here to play it. So as that's par for the course. But we're going to play it anyway. And how this game is played is I have a list of sound effects, and I'm going to put them into the private chat. I'll put them into the private chat one at a time. And this time, whichever of you, you're going to play, by the way, Peach.
Yippee skippy.
Whichever of you says first that, oh, I'm going to make that sound, then you get first crack at making that sound. And if you succeed in making the sound so that the audience can identify it, then you will get 3 points. And then the next person will only get 2 points. And the last person to try to do is only going to get 1 point. And so it's a no holds barred competition.
Well, let me shut the windows to my sauna so I don't get they don't hear the weird stuff coming from the RV and
Are you
call the cops on me.
Are you going to die if you close the windows?
Eventually, yes.
He said he turned on his compressor because he didn't want it to be too loud. And I said, well, if you suffer heat stroke, it's going to be loud when the ambulance shows up. So
That is true. We'll keep tabs on it.
Yeah.
I'm
Where did I put the? I don't know where I put the sounds. If this would have been set up in advance if I had.
But congratulations on putting the clickers of the week in the banners ahead of time and sending the links so that the hosts could get in here.
Right. And except I didn't get the other thing set up in time, but it's ready to go now.
Credit where it's due. What other thing? Oh, the Effort Party link. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All you clicker members can go to the website now and get the correct Effort link and join us after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's not the right one. I need to go to the other one.
How hard could it be to come up with sound effects? These are going to be easy, like kitten, right? Cow,
Do you even remember how we played this last
fire
time?
truck. That's what you're going to tell me to make a noise like a. Yeah.
Mhm.
I can tell you I can do one. It's the sound of my microwave that's in here. Ready?
Yeah.
That's it because it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Good.
I honestly,
I'm pretty good at it.
I
You
honestly
are good
can't
at it.
find it.
Okay, well, I also have some videos of Brian giving us a tour of his tour bus.
Okay, do those.
The tour bus.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun.
We are resurrecting a segment that I have loved. Probably one of my favorites on SKUs to date was touring Juwan's tour bus
Yes.
for Casting Crowns. And then, Brian, we toured your car
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Yep.
So, because, all these road warriors really have some very cool, snazzy, interesting stuff that they travel with that the rest of us peons aren't maybe familiar with because we don't get to travel as much as they do. And so it's sometimes helpful when people who do these things for a living can show us around their digs.
Yeah, and I didn't want to go too into the names this time. I just wanted to be a little more how they work.
Yeah.
So.
And I appreciate that too, because, again, trying to bring it down for the rest of us so that we can understand is a good way to, educate.
Because we're dumb.
Without further ado, here is, they're actually still separated. I didn't have the chance to put them all into one giant.
That's fine. We can talk about them as we go through.
That's what I figured. So
Mhm.
here we go.
Hey guys, Brian here, and I am on the road. Now, as some of you may know, I am doing a little road trip, and I do not like camping. At least prior to this, I didn't like camping. I have rented an RV, and I gotta tell you, it's changed me completely. I now love camping, especially in an RV. Now, if you don't know what that's like, if you've never been in an RV, if you've ever liked flying, if you like flying and you like the uncomfortable seats, the loud noises of it, the small bathrooms, the lack of mobility around, if you like that, but you never really like the getting there faster or not sitting in traffic, get an RV. It's so much better. That will solve all of your problems. So I'm going to take you around, show you a little bit about this RV, and tell you all about my amazing trip.
Yeah. So,
It is. An RV is absolutely, it's like a plane that doesn't fly.
I think that's a pretty accurate description. So, without any more hesitation, video number 2.
Let's start with the inside, because that's the most important place. You know what I mean? Just the driving alone. The driving alone has been so much fun. Like, what's great about it is I have a rear view mirror that goes to nowhere, looks into nowhere. I will show you in just a second. We have a rear view mirror that looks into nothing but back there. So if I want to see what's going on, I can do that. I can simply just look at what's going on back there and see that the table hasn't moved yet. I think that's very helpful for when I'm trying to drive cross country in traffic. Now, you're probably sitting there going, you know, how's it been on like gas and all that? Amazing. It has been amazing. Check this out. I want to show you. Now, this is what the dashboard looks like. And you can see right now it says 484 miles to empty. I just filled up not too long ago. It's over 500. And I got to be honest with you, it lasts like it says it does. It's been so incredible. It's a 55-gallon tank. And the prices have been really, really cheap. You know, I have filled up 2 or 3 times a day because this thing gets amazing gas mileage. Almost maybe 20 gallons, 20 miles to the gallon, which is great. And so I have only spent, check this out, I've only spent just under $2,800 on the trip out to the East Coast alone. That's not even counting the back. Think of all the points I'm going to get on my credit card. That's awesome. Here's another wonderful thing, right? Another wonderful thing. See this wonderful little device here? It's great. What it does is it shuts off all the music and audio anytime I need to take a turn. And that includes my GPS, because who needs to hear directions of where to turn when you put your signal on, right? We got a lane change to make. No, we want quiet. Forget about knowing which exit to take, when to turn, what to do. None of that stuff's needed. I'm up over $3,000 now. Yeah, I'm not even joking. I've literally spent over $3,000 driving from California to Connecticut and back through New York so far.
Bonsai the golden hedgehog.
That's right. But it's true though. That thing shuts off like you're trying to go through 2 lane changes or whatever, and it's like turn left here, and then click, 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 click. Where do I go? Because I can't. I need to be looking where I'm turning and not looking at the GPS to see the the signal.
200 yards, turn.
You click, 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 click.
Oh, it's terrible.
That's not all, folks. We have more to see.
There's more. There's more to this tale.
Where it starts to get really fun, right? Okay, this is cool. We got these windows over here, right? These beautiful windows that do not want to close and stay closed. So I get all this wonderful wind noise from it. And here is a table that you can take this tabletop off and turn it into a bed. Because otherwise, you see this really small little counter space. That would be a really bad place for someone to have to sleep for a couple days, because this table, the tabletop couldn't come off, and then there are 2 legs that you're supposed to remove. But this one's nice. They're in there like I'm trying to do King Arthur and pull the sword from the stone. Wonderful that they can't come out. So I had to spend most of this first night and the second night on this nice little thing, and it's so comfortable. The mattress is so supportive. I think I'm going to get a whole bed when I get home made of that. So let's take a look around here. We have nice little spot up here where there's nothing. There's nothing in here now. We have this wonderful microwave. This microwave is great. Now, a lot of people would want their microwaves to work all the time, but not me. I don't want that. I like excitement. I like adventure. I like to try to do this and see if it's going to work or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and it's wonderful. It heats things so... It has made the best unevenly heated taquitos I have ever had. So I'm just so blown away by it. It's been amazing. And then back here is the area where the queen bed is. This is the queen bed. And this is where I will be sleeping, that I haven't been sleeping the whole trip out, but I will be doing it. And what's nice about this area is if you have the bed down and you're on it, it comes in with a built-in weight scale to let you know if for some reason you weigh too much, it causes damage to the back, which is great. So now I know I need to lose some more weight. And what a nice way to remind me then with somebody else's RV. Isn't that cool? And then it's been so amazing. I'm going to go outside and show you just some other wonderful features of this RV.
The microwave makes hot and cold taquitos with the push of a button.
Yes, and you don't know which one or how much of each. So it's every bite is a different experience.
Wow. You bite into an ice cold taquito and then burn your tongue with the next bite.
Exactly.
But wait, before we go outside.
Before we do that, here's our bathroom. We'll show you the bathroom. And as you can see, it is actually a rather large bathroom for an RV.
Nice.
But I'm not using it because I don't want to do this, the whole dumping thing. I don't want to do that. It's nasty. What are we talking about? Anyway, so it's great. It's a lot of fun. Makes me feel really good about myself. Very comfortable. Oh, I almost forgot the thermostat. This thermostat, doesn't work. No, it doesn't work for some reason. But who needs that? Who needs temperature and comfort when you can sit and sweat and try to sleep at night in humid conditions? Just, I have my own sweat to cool me down. This has been the best trip ever. Let's go outside.
I have my own sweat to cool me down.
It's true. And I'm doing it right now.
There's no air conditioning?
It sometimes will work and sometimes it will not work.
It's like the microwave.
Yeah, it's supposed to be when I drive. Everything's supposed to get charged. I'm even using the generator, all that sort of stuff, and it goes, don't want to work. So it's been wonderful.
Whose RV is it, Brian?
I rented it on a site which I will not say because I'm going to get blacklisted from this site probably. But it's basically an Airbnb for camping and RVs. And so I did that, and a very nice gentleman thought it was going to be good. He's like, "Oh, you're going to be good for days." And sure enough, you go to try something and nope, doesn't work. So then I've actually stayed at an RV park. I've plugged in. That's supposed to charge everything, make everything go and work. And it doesn't. So that's awesome.
Well, I hope you can get some money back.
Oh, no.
Not $3,000.
No, actually, I'm going to be paying some money. So, because let's go outside.
You broke something.
Let's go outside.
Let's go outside. Yeah, okay.
So we're outside, as you can see. The wonderful thing. Here are these nice big blind spots. Very hard to see, very hard to maneuver. But I'm a pro, so I know what I'm doing. Here's my favorite thing. Here is, let me just move that. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. So this is a storage compartment, right? It's a storage compartment where you keep your items in there. Now, I was worried. Now, normally storage compartments are going to be dry. And I had some things that I was like, I really want them to be wet, and I want them to be warped and ruined by the time I get to the East Coast. And thankfully, this thing had a built-in leak. So I didn't have to worry about that once I got to the East Coast. It was already wet and ruined and warped for me. So I don't know what else you could ask for. This has been such an amazing time, and I'm having so much fun. And I love camping, and I love RVing, and I am totally doing this again. I might do this again next week.
I was like, where can I get things? Where can I get some mildew to grow
Yes.
on things?
Yes. Where can we ruin some valuable items that you had?
Oh, that's
One
terrible.
more video.
This is
Yep.
terrible.
Oh, almost forgot. Last thing. We got some hubcaps. I want to show you hubcaps. Hubcaps are very nice. Now, a lot of places want to have 4 hubcaps, and you can start with 4 hubcaps, but the good thing about these hubcaps is they come off very easily. They come off very easily. If you hit like a slight pothole or whatever, boom, look, no more hubcap. Yes, that's good. So
No.
I don't have to worry about the wind drag of the hubcap coming off and
Wow.
slowing me down.
Oh no.
And it kind of acts like a game. See how far you can make the hubcap roll off of your vehicle. So I guess in closing, I just want to say camping in an RV is fun, and I think everyone should try it.
Everybody's going to go with Brian next
Yep.
week.
Next
Yep.
week.
And so do you think you're going to have to pay for the hubcaps?
I will have to pay for the hubcaps, and I'll have to pay for the thing from the bed. And yeah, so that'll be fun.
Wow. Wow.
And you won't be able to get it like a prorated deal because, you know, the microwave doesn't work and the thermostat doesn't work. And
And it's funny, I called the guy, and I was like, hey, you know, can we get this? How does this work? He's like, I don't know. I was like, all right, well, thank you. That's very helpful. So,
Good
like,
grief.
I can't get the air conditioner to go, and tried it with the generator. He's like, I don't know. All right. Thank you.
Wow.
This is,
sounds like I could rent RVs. I could rent RVs to people because I don't know anything about them.
yeah.
And you don't have one, but you could just like they could come over and you could hand them like a trash bag and you know a couple of wheels and be like, here's your RV.
Yeah,
And
yeah, exactly.
how am I supposed to drive this across country? And you can be like,
I don't know.
I got 3 words for you, Brian.
Yep.
Small claims court.
There you go. And you know, the nice thing is, why spend the money and buy an RV when I can rent it and spend just about as much as buying one? So that's kind of
Yeah.
Right. If you're going to spend a sum of money,
yeah.
you know, why not spend it on something that is
Basic.
uncomfortable, inconvenient,
Yeah.
and maybe even dangerous.
Yes.
You think I'm joking, but I'm serious, man. Small claims court it thrives on stuff like this. So,
It'll be
Judy.
an interesting rest of the week. I'll say that. I cannot
Yeah,
wait to
for
get
real.
home.
I had a hard drive go bad one time, and I sent it back to the manufacturer, and they never got it. And so I chased it down, and I saw that UPS had delivered the hard drive to some guy in Miami named Alvarez, when I had sent the hard drive to a completely different guy up in somewhere in New York. So I was living in New York City at the time, and so I went to small claims court, and it was like being on the show Night Court. Did you ever watch Night Court?
Yep.
Mhm.
It was just like it. When we got there was a guy yelling at his landlord in the hallway because he had rats. I got rats as big as cats in my house, you know. And it was just like being on the set. And so when it was my turn to talk to the judge, he said, "Would you like to arbitrate?" And I'd read a book on it, and I said, "Yeah, I want to arbitrate." So we went into this little room, and they had one bare bulb hanging down, and we sat across the table from this arbitrator, and then the UPS lawyer was over here. And so the arbitrator's like, "So what's your grievance?" And I told him, and he goes, "Okay, here's what's going to happen. This guy's going to write you a check for the value of the hard drive. You're going to do that, right?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." And that's it. Thank you. And then we got up and walked out. And so the guy met me in the hallway and wrote me a check. And he goes, "I'm really sorry you had to show up for this today." He said, "But I'm here every day writing checks like this." And he said, "Most people don't take it this far for something like a hard drive." And he said, "But I'm glad you did." And he said, "I'm glad you got your money back." And he was really nice. It was so weird. You know, I expected it to be this big thing, but he was just like, "Yeah, here's your check. I'm glad you got it."
That's cool.
So his job is to go to small claims court
Yeah.
and just pay damages to people who bother to show up and
Yeah,
file
because
a
most
claim.
people don't bother. They're like, "Oh,
Right.
whatever. I don't want to go through to the trouble." So
Yeah.
He said the standard answer when you call UPS is no, we can't give you your money back. And then they just think people will drop it because most people do.
They probably do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can support Comedy Brian.
Yes.
Patreon.
help him salvage some
Help
of
him.
this trip.
Help him pay for those
Absolutely.
flying hubcaps.
He'll pay for some hubcaps.
They're somewhere along the interstate between here and San Diego.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh, here you go, JT.
Oh, hi, Tina. Agape. Yay.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Agape
We just
Christian.
saw Rod Nielsen and his wife stop by our house 2 weeks ago. So, and that's where
Stop
you
by
used
your
to go,
house?
John, right? Yeah, they were in Knoxville.
They didn't stop by our house on the
They
way.
didn't stop by
They
our
were in the
house.
Smokies. They were in the Smokies. So,
Agape Christian Church is my home church.
yeah.
That's where I grew up.
And we're married, right?
I was married at Agape Christian Church.
That's so cool.
Mhm.
See, it's all coming together.
Hey, did you
So,
find your sound
See
effects?
how our little community is
We've
connecting?
got like 10 minutes to play.
I did find it, but now we don't have time, so let's just do weird news.
Weird news is good.
I know, Tina, isn't that cool?
It's better. It will be better to play sound charades when Juwan's back anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
since he
there's no
requested it.
Juwan's sound effects are my favorite. Not necessarily because they're easy to recognize.
I'm glad he's not here to hear you say those hurtful things.
He would take it as a compliment, I'm sure.
Luke and I did a show, the Podcast Ninja and I did a show last night, and I want to say it was probably one of the funnest shows that I have done in many, many, many years. Like a
Nice.
little place in Georgia, the Semper Fi Bar and Grill, if you'd like to look it up. If you're in the Georgia area, you should maybe go to the Semper Fi.
In Woodstock, right?
It's in Woodstock, yeah.
Yeah, we're going there Friday.
To the Semper Fi Bar and Grill?
No. We're
Oh.
same town.
You should go to the Semper Fi Bar and Grill.
That would be fun.
They
And
were
tell 'em-
positively giddy on the way home. Dad and Luke were texting me, mostly Luke, but they were in the same car, and they were just cackling over dumb stuff. They were sending me weird texts like with British accents.
That was mostly your husband. That was
like-
not me.
I was like, what is wrong with you two? I don't know. It must have been the Denny's. That's what he said. They ate
There's
Denny's.
some
on the way.
Denny's involved. But Semper
That'll
Fi
do it.
Bar and Grill has great burgers, great, and we just had a great show. It was really super fun. They were nice people. The MC spilled his Coke on the stage just before he left the stage, and so it was wet and sticky for my performance. And so I'm walking around on the stage, and it's going. I might take a step.
Hey, that's a good sound effect. I think that's a sticky stage with Coke being
Mhm.
poured on it. That's what
It's
that
a,
sounds
it's a
like.
gift.
Yeah.
But
Did you roll around on some of the bits you have where you're physical? You usually go on the ground.
Yeah, I did those bits, but I modified them so that I wasn't actually rolling in syrup.
Hang on. Julia wants to know how you can text with a British accent. So I'm going to read this to her. Dearest Amanda, I'm going to read it without a British accent, but you tell me if it needs one. Dearest Amanda, we are traveling post haste, but unexpected rainstorms have delayed our progress homeward. The margins will be close. Do not wait up for thee.
Positively Shakespearean.
So, yeah. It's my husband, so he's not good at accents, whether he's speaking them or typing them, but it was supposed to be British. So there you go. Glad you asked.
Flying in under the wire. All right, we got enough time for a couple of these weird news items. So we flipped it.
Right.
You know how this game works. If this is your first time with this, we're going to show a picture, and their job is to try to tell me what weird news story the picture goes with.
Guess the headline. Ready, go.
Gun control.
Good guess.
I know this. I've been in this place.
Roe versus Wade overturned.
Mhm.
I've been
This
in
is,
this place.
Where is this, JT?
This is in Vegas.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
I
I'm
went, to,
guessing
I went to a wedding in this chapel.
I'm guessing this chapel is shutting down.
Yep.
You're on the right. You're on the right track, my friend.
Yeah, I think they had the license to use the Elvis for a long time, but I think it expired. Something like
No
that.
more
Oh.
Married by Elvis.
Elvis Chapel forced to close.
The There are no more Elvis-themed weddings in Vegas.
Ray knows.
The licensing company that controls the name and image of the king is ordering Las Vegas, Sin City, chapel operators, all of them, to stop using Elvis in themed ceremonies.
Elvis has left the building.
Elvis has
Sad.
left.
He will be replaced by Neil Diamond impersonators.
Or Robert Goulet.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how you enforce that, because it's similar to us doing Chubby Bruce, isn't it? It's like, you can't do Elvis. Well, that's not Elvis. This is
Melvis.
Melvin. Yeah. Melvin Priestley.
Melvis.
Yeah.
Melvin Priestley.
I don't know. And he's like, thank you very much. And Melvin Priestley. And
Tabitha, that's not a bad idea. You could start a David Bowie wedding chapel or any other singer. Just pick a singer.
Has the time, like they've kind of phased Frank Sinatra out of Vegas. They're phasing Elvis out of Vegas. Who's the replacement?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be David Bowie? I mean, he's kind of. I would imagine he'd be phased out soon.
He's kind of phased out too.
I used to get confused when I was a kid between Elvis Presley and Prince. I always got the two of them confused because they both had dark hair and they dressed weird. So when I was like 10, I couldn't tell them apart.
Nope, that's Elton John. Minus the dark hair.
Mandy could have Prince marrying people in Vegas, and she would think it's Elvis.
I was thinking. I think also the fact that they call him the king kind of threw me off. Like all these royal titles, I'm like, what? I thought they were the same thing.
Yeah. Dale says Wayne Newton, which is that's another possible.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yep.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Liberace.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Married by Liberace.
Donnie and Marie.
They're blaming you for my embarrassing pop trivia.
That was the most fun wedding I've ever been to, though, I have to say.
The Elvis wedding?
Yeah, it was great.
And didn't you have a friend who had a llama at a wedding? Wait a minute.
Kangaroo. I showed you the video.
Right.
So that's saying something if you really enjoyed the Elvis wedding.
Yeah.
I had a friend who had alpacas at his wedding.
Really?
Okay.
Yep. And
Alpaca Presley.
Yep, they had the bow tie, and the other one had the veil, and you could take pictures with them afterwards, and it's great.
Oh my goodness!
I don't understand that, but I don't disapprove.
Well, Americans typically put more money and energy into the wedding than they do the marriage, so it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how expensive is it to get alpacas at your wedding, though? I don't know.
Probably more money than it is to get Elvis. I would think.
This day and age, right?
Oh, I heard about this too. I'm not going to say because I read the.
JT's too culturally aware.
JT's aware of all weird news.
He knows all the weird stuff.
He knows everything.
And it's not even weird to him. Like somebody in his family already did it.
Yeah.
This doesn't surprise or shock me.
I remember something along the lines of this story, but I don't remember the problem. I mean, clearly you can see the problem.
Can see the problem, right?
Right, but I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, and
the comment section. It's already in the comment sections.
Yeah.
Attacked with cake.
That's it.
I don't know the story.
Mm-hmm. Well, you recognize
terrorist pies the Mona Lisa.
Pretty much.
Terrorist pies Mona Lisa. Yeah, that's kicking the Mona Lisa. Yeah. Okay. So the story goes: a man seemingly disguised as an old woman in a wheelchair. That's how seemingly disguised as an old woman in a wheelchair, threw a piece of cake at the glass protecting the Mona Lisa at the Louvre and shouted at people to think of planet Earth. Video posted on the cake attack left a conspicuous creamy white smear on the glass. But the famous work by the Leonardo da Vinci was not damaged. So the Office of the Prosecutors said that a 36-year-old man was detained following Sunday's incident, sent to the police psychiatric unit. Investigation has been opened into the damage of cultural artifacts. But yeah, the guy was threw a piece of cake. And it says, okay, security guards were filmed escorting the wig-wearing man away as he called out to the visitors in the gallery, think of the earth. There are people who are destroying the earth. Think about it. Artists tell you, think of the earth. That's why I did this.
And he is one who is destroying the earth and should be launched into the sun.
You gotta, if you're gonna make a statement about the
His powers of
ecology.
persuasion were
Did you see
amazing.
Luke's funny joke? Did you see Luke's funny joke, Dad?
I did. That's why Mona Lisa's smiling.
She looked unamused. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, the dude, he's worried about the planet, and so you got to draw attention to the planet, and sometimes you got to hurl pastries at famous works of art.
I like that they mentioned in the article that it was a conspicuous smear. Not, it doesn't really look. Apparently, nobody thought it looked like it belonged there. They didn't start examining. What you see here is what he did with a very interesting. This is his white phase.
Specifically, Peaches, it was a conspicuous white creamy smear.
I can see some classical art fan walking in here and thinking, did I wander into the Dadaist section of the, this actually looks like someone would think this was an improvement. So.
Yeah, there's something.
She looks better in white.
Mm-hmm.
There are some artists who probably would agree that chucking that throwing cake at the Mona Lisa is a performance art.
And a valid
Right?
expression.
Yep.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Then we gotta go.
All right.
Is it in
Cool
Chicago?
little jousting.
Is it in Chicago? I see that Chicago sweatshirt on over there.
Did we have something about this last year? There was some sort of right. We had this last year. Something about this event last year.
Was it the Dave contest or the Steve contest or the? It's like they're fighting to crown the best. It's a male name, Josh.
Yep.
Is it Josh?
Yep. Look, of course, Tabby remembers it.
Way to go, Tabby.
The ultimate Josh and Julie remembers the Josh battle. Yep.
I wasn't looking at the comments.
Yeah, we did it last year, and it was so delightful that I came across it this year and wanted to. Yeah, this is the pool noodle fight over the name Josh. Again, attracts hundreds. It's actually in Lincoln, Nebraska. A couple hundred people grabbed their pool noodles and headed to Nebraska Park again this weekend to battle over the right.
Oh, you
to
just
the
missed
name
it,
Josh.
Brian. You're getting ready to go through there.
Man, that would have been great to have
That
Brian.
I would have broadcast that. I would have filmed that and broadcast that.
Wow.
You should have fought for the name Josh, even though your name's Brian. That
That's
would have
right.
been- So there are several competitors this year donned costumes, including masks, animal suits, football helmets, before heading to Bowling Lake Park. But that wasn't enough to dethrone 5-year-old Josh Vincent Jr., who defended his title as the number one Josh.
So you would think that some of those adults would have beat him.
I was going to comment on that. I was going to say, I wonder how fierce this battle is if a 5-year-old is able to win it 2 years running. Yeah.
For real.
Well, he won it as a 4-year-old the first time.
Yeah, he won it as a 4-year-old, which doesn't really disprove my
Josh is kind of it needs some work.
Yeah.
If that's the ultimate Josh.
Yep.
Well, now it's time to start working out, you Joshes. Josh
For real.
Klingman, I don't know if he's watching, but it's time for him to start training. He's got a year to get ready.
Do you think that kid's mom was like, "Quit joshing around." No,
I
never
hope
heard
so.
that phrase, "joshing around."
I have.
That's what they'd say.
I would totally love to have one of our Josh Scoozers. We could sponsor that. We could sponsor our competitor in the Josh battle.
Yes,
Would that be fun?
we'll send them
That would
in.
be.
They could wear our patch.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that'd
we
be
could
great.
send
We have to do that.
Give
Yeah.
them some cleats.
Who's it gonna
Yep.
be?
You know?
some cleats and
Yeah.
and a rubber chicken.
I
We'll
love it.
pay extra close attention to the credits tonight to make sure we get all the Joshes.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Any of you Joshes that would like to do battle, let's make it happen.
Contact us.
We could do a live skis broadcast from Nebraska. We could use Brian's RV and all of us
Yep.
just kind of trek out there to Nebraska.
We could load up into a horrible, dilapidated, expensive RV. We could spend $40,000 to cover this Josh battle.
That's right.
But if it goes viral, hey, it'd be worth it, right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
All right, Snappy Wrap Up.
What?
Snappy Wrap Up.
I'm pretty sure you smappy something. Smap.
All right. Flappy Doodle. Flabadada. Flabadada.
You can support the show by going to johnbranding.com and becoming a Click member, especially if your name is Josh, because now
Especially
things got
do it
serious.
right now.
You need to sign up so that we can make this happen.
We need more Joshes.
That's right.
Immediately.
So go find out what Casting Crowns is doing. Juan DeVivo is a member of that band. Go to castingcrowns.com to find out where they will be next. Support John Thomas Oakes at johnthomasoakes.com. If you like his songs, and we all do, then this is how you can show him. Also, as we've already mentioned, hubcaps for Comedy Brian. So, patreon.com/Comedy Brian. The man needs more gas. He's not done spending money on gas yet, and he's already spent more than I spent on my first home. So,
I'm not.
that's not totally true, but it's not far off.
He's not home yet. Once he gets home, it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
We legit spent about $11,000 on our first house, paid cash for it. So
Mhm.
you will get there.
Challenge accepted.
There you
Keep
go.
that.
That's your goal.
So you need to break a few more things, and you'll be right there.
I don't know how to do the snappy wrap up tonight. I don't know how to do read the credits. Was there a theme that I'm forgetting? Something that happened that needs to be brought back as we read these credits?
We could do it as a as
Ultimate
the nail-
Josh.
as the nails-
We
as
could
the
do
nails
banjo
family.
music.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
There's some banjo music.
You can make up very quick backstories for all of our clickers about the amazing and tough things that they've done.
No, we'll do it as Nails family. We'll make up backstories for you.
Every time you remember what amazing things they've done.
All right, this week, Comedy Clickers, we've got Louise Bear, who once twisted the head off of a squirrel.
That's right. There's Brenda Erickson, who was second runner-up in the Josh contest.
There's Jennifer Matlock, who once shot the wings off a horsefly.
There's Joe Stewart, who once played the banjo with his feet.